everyone, to this finished episode of the Caravan Tour of Terror, a show that finds us touring the globe through the medium of horrific, chilling and disturbing entertainment. My name's Donald and I'm the driver on this quest. Joining me at my side, as always, but instead of a road atlas, he's playing an intricate riff on an ESP signature guitar, is of course my guitarist Ali. Say hello, Ali.
Hello, Donald.
Ali is of course paying and playing tribute to the late Alexei Leho of Children of Bodom fame, because where else could we visit in Finland but that most macabre of sites, Lake Bodom? I did Google it and it seems to be Bodom.
Not Bodom?
Not Bodom. Nestled near Espoo, home of Children of Bodom, funnily enough.
Did you Google that one?
Yeah. Only a 30-minute drive from the heart of Helsinki. Googled that one too. Are you going to ask me what I've Googled? I Googled lots of stuff. Lake Bodom is known for its natural beauty and its unfortunate setting for a real-life act of brutality in 1960. Nowadays, however, you can find on its banks accommodation, a cafe, a recreation centre, frisbee golf, a recharging station for your Tesla, and even an Angry Birds-themed play park for the kiddies.
But for this movie, we're going to ask you to throw all of that stuff out the window.
Yeah, forget about that.
See all that stuff you just said, then none of that
I
makes
did note that the Angry Birds themed play park is not featured in the film. Luckily for us, there's a campsite, Hastbergeten Teltapaika, I apologise, where we can gaze across the still water and admire the tranquility. Or we would, if we weren't recording this in winter and the temperature hasn't been north of 0 degrees Celsius in about 2 weeks. We're freezing.
Have you ever tried to drive from Sweden to Finland in snow? It takes a while.
We are, of course, here to watch a film which we hope treats this chilling real-life horror story with the respect it deserves, whilst also proving to be a thrilling tale in its own right. 2016's Bodom, also known as Lake Bodom outside of Finland. Ali, please kick us off with Bodom, aka Lake Bodom.
Bodom is a 2016 slasher movie by Taneli Mustonen. Apologies. I get everyone's name wrong in this. It tells the story of 4 teens, Nora, Elias, Atta, and Ida. Mm-hmm. Not Ida, Ida.
I'll be calling her Ida, I'm sorry. Ida!
The basic premise is that they go to Lake Bodom to reconstruct the murders.
Yeah.
Why? Because one of them thinks that might help him solve the murders.
I don't know. Yeah. And the other one's just trying to get a shag in. Sort of.
Yeah, and it opens really creepily. Like, the way these two guys are talking, the two guys being Elias and Atta.
Yeah, they're creeps.
Well, Atta is certainly more creepy than Elias.
Yeah.
Elias
has his moments.
Oh yeah, totally. He lies to Nora and Ida that
it's a big party.
It's a big party. We're going to a cabin.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Don't do the accent.
It sounded more Irish than anything else. Yeah, so he tells them that they're going to a big cabin for a big party with a bunch of other people.
A kegger, I think that you'd call it. Right?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I certainly would. I don't think I've ever been to a kegger. And
in America,
I would never say I'm going to.
That's what we'd say.
Yeah, I'm not in America. I'm in Finland. Elias is not happy about this because he basically calls Atta a piece of shit, and he's like, "What the fuck did you tell them to get them here?" Mm. And it isn't until they actually arrive that Nora and Ida find out that they are not here for a big party, but to reconstruct some horrific murders.
Yeah.
The way Atta talks about this, I honestly thought he was going to be the killer. Like, at just within the first 5 minutes of this movie, the way he talks about we've got this bikini and it's the same fabric as the one in the photos, and
the photo of the murdered woman. Yes. So
you're going to recreate these murders? No, he's just going to reconstruct them. Turns out he's a big fucking dork, and no one likes him.
Well, to be fair, he does look like a dork.
He is a dork.
Him and Elias make for an odd pairing in terms of friends because they look completely different.
Which they do kind of address in the fact that Elias is like, I'm not really friends with. I sometimes speak to him every now and again and stuff, but like we don't hang out all the time or anything.
Yeah.
Which begs the, how did you get dragged into this mess, Elias?
Yep. So they rig up their old-fashioned tent at the bank of Lake Bodom, and they settle in.
Yep.
A lovely, restful night.
Tiniest bag of weed.
Yeah, they do a bit of swimming and stuff. They're teenagers.
Unbelievably small bag of weed. And they go like dipping in Lake Bodom, which I wouldn't do. It looks
it's freezing.
very cold out there.
Yeah, but Finnish teens, they're probably used to that kind of shit. Ida's snuck away because Ida's convinced her parents that she's staying at Nora's house because she's basically.
I thought her parents were. Yeah, I thought her dad was going to be like a piece of shit. And he's not great.
No, he's not great. He's treating her not very well, and it's not really her fault anyway, is it? Really?
Yeah,
so
it's not her fault. He's
you find out.
But the tone it gave me before you find out the reason is like I was like, whoa, is this like a deeply abusive household?
Yeah, one of those books in W.H. Smith that's like the tragic biography section, and it's
like it really looked like that. But
they've
then
all
you find
got sad covers.
Like, honestly, when the mum goes, no, let her go out, just let her enjoy it, like, actually have a life. And I was like, Mum, you're taking the hit on this. Like, I thought the dad would, turn.
Yeah, it was very icy, yeah.
But no, Ida has had nude pictures of her taken when she got drunk at a party and spread.
Yeah, it's not even one she took. I'm like, Dad.
Yeah, it's
why
a crime.
Are you being such a
it's
prick?
a crime.
Yeah. Oh my god. I mean, it's assault. It's not even it's not even revenge porn. It's worse than that. It's completely fucking hell.
Yep.
Anyway, yes. So not the kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah. So father is a prick.
Oh, dad should definitely be more supportive. But I thought this was
Yeah.
He turns to the mum and is like, you dare question me, kind of. But it's not. He's obviously not reacting well, but should be more supportive. I definitely agree. I'm not saying he's a good guy.
So the girl...
basically, Atta spends the entire night going, guys, my murder!
Yeah. Exactly.
It's awful.
I was going to say that, yeah. So he's being a creeper that way, and then at one point, Ida goes to have a wash in the lake. Half nude, and there's a figure watching her, and it turned out to be Elias. I was like, oh dude, just ogling her from behind without her knowledge for a while. Nice. So both the guys are pretty not good.
Yeah.
Pretty cancelable.
Yeah.
Also, there's the implication they've just taken two girls to the woods under false pretenses. They can't drive. It's only the guy that can drive.
But yeah, the
one cozy tent.
So they kind of get into the tent for the night, and there's noises outside.
Yeah.
And Nora, I can't remember. Yeah, Nora Nora goes to check it out or goes to have a piss or something like that.
Yeah.
And Elias ends up chasing after her.
Yeah. Oh, he does first jump scare the tent, and it really made me shit my kicks. I'm not proud of it. Because it was just your standard, musical sting.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking hell.
Someone put a raccoon in your cupboard.
Yep. So, they split up. So, Elias and Nora go away for a bit. Leaving Ida and Ate.
yeah. The Scottish exchange student, Ida. But yeah, I did find it quite hilarious how little people cared about Atta's detectorist bullshit.
Yeah, well, fuck him.
But one thing, before we go on, one thing I do want to say is so at the start they do paint a very specific picture of the Bodom murders.
Mm.
So if you don't know about the Bodom murders, 4 Finnish teenagers went to camp at Lake Bodom in the 1960s.
1960?
1960, near the lovely city of Espoo.
Yep.
And
30 minutes away from Helsinki by car.
And basically, 3 of them were murdered, and 1 was found alive. It's one of those cases where it seems more mysterious than it actually is. It has not been solved, but in the sense of like when you look back and all the stuff is like, there was a lot of criticism to the police in the way like of like letting people through the murder site immediately. There was a there was a lot of shit like that. A lot of like not great.
You find that's
work.
pretty much always the case with most of these long-standing mysteries.
They
let people just trample all the evidence and take shit away. Great. Good luck.
What the 4th teenager, Nils Gustafsson, was actually arrested in March 2004, 44 years after it happened, and was acquitted of it. So still no solve in Finland. But this movie paints a very specific like, but what the killer is still out there, and like. And they talk about it in the car of like, oh, but wouldn't he be an old man now? And it's like,
Oldish. Well, not if he was young back then.
Yeah, he would only be
Wink.
in his 60s.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of, you know, they paint and Atta talks about a lot about like. And they say around here that it was an outsider. There's a lot of apparently a lot of like folklore that
he'd have to know the woods really well. And probably a hunter.
He would have to know where the Angry Birds amusement park ended. Like, all right. So it's that kind of stuff. Like they definitely paint a very specific idea to, and I feel that they wanted this movie to get exported because. Finns would know this more than anyone else.
Yeah.
So very much of this, like, it's still this fully wooded, desolate area where no one like they go through a chained gate to get into and where they're going.
Bodom is like a little sign that's been kind of like discarded.
It's like keep out.
It
really is like as if they're still trying to solve the murder by going back every now and then, going, nope, no new evidence.
Yeah.
So, this is probably where this is where it turns into a horror movie.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah.
From here it becomes a pretty straightforward slasher movie.
Yeah. I was wondering about that, because I was like, we'll talk about it later. Slasher.
Yeah.
You know, the word slasher. Yeah.
So... invariably, these teens die one by one.
Yeah, well, okay, right, see you later.
and to spoilers then.
No, well, I think you can, suppose. You probably don't want to spoil victims, do you, I guess. I actually had a more...
There's only 4 victims, and...
there was actually... I had a more specific spoiler point later on, but I suppose you could do spoilers now, yeah.
It's spoiler time.
Spoilers. There you go.
Yep.
Atta gets stabbed.
Yeah, so Ida and Atta are left back at the tent.
Yeah. He's about to tell her something about the nude pics.
Yeah, he's like, I've
got something to tell you
about your nudies. And then he hears a noise outside.
Yeah.
So he goes and he's like, it's just them. They'll be playing a prank on us.
The tent collapses. A branch is chucked onto the tent and it collapses. And he's like, Elias, that prick.
Yeah. So he crawls out the tent, and then when he's sticking his head back in to say, everything's fine, he starts bleeding from the mouth.
Yeah.
Profusely.
Yeah.
And Ida starts screaming, at which point...
the other two are like,
Nora.
They're
So Nora comes sprinting back.
Oh yeah.
And Elias sees her sprinting back and thinks,
rugby tackle.
I'm not going to run. I'm not going to run with her. I'm going to absolutely take her out.
Yeah.
What was this thinking?
Because it's a little shock moment for us, because we think it's a killer, but it's not.
But it's not.
And then he's like, I just play a joke on us. We're all playing jokes on each other.
We're all just jokesters.
But then when they get back, I mean, Atta has
blade everywhere.
What do they call it? A crimson mask in wrestling?
Yeah,
it's literally disgusting. It's
a crimson bodysuit.
covered in blood and quickly dying.
And
Run.
at which point he's
away.
like, I feel Atta dies. He's quite happy dying because he's justified. The way he's like, no,
I knew it.
Run. It's like he is so happy to be right.
I think you're projecting.
Oh, come on. He shows no fear.
So the kids run away. Who is it? Nora twists her leg as usual. Someone's got to twist her leg.
Yeah.
So she's left with the tiniest hatchet in the world. I mean, you never seen a toffee hammer? It's only just a bit bigger than that.
Yeah.
For it to defend herself.
At which point,
See, this is the spoiler point, I thought. There's
I think
a
it's all
massive
spoiler
diversion
points.
right now. Yeah.
So one thing I do find hilarious is that, like, Elias is pure like, so what were you doing with Atta back in the tent? And I'm like, your friend just died. Why are you jealous? But then he's like, I'm professing my love.
Yeah,
for
they do
you.
quite. It does weirdly change gears right now, where they have like a huge discussion in the woods without. They're not moving; they're just talking to each other, and it's
Just
kind of like they've
yeah.
forgotten everything that's going on for just a minute. Because he
and
needs
then he's
to
like,
talk
I want
her.
to tell you something
Yeah.
about the pictures.
Of course.
The pictures, it wasn't me.
Flashback. Cool synth music in the party.
Yeah, the flashback scenes were weird.
Yeah, I don't mind them, but yeah, and I don't know, you see a bit of the party, and you're like, it's just wait, do you actually see that right now, or do you see that later? I might be misremembering it.
I think that might be a wee bit later.
Oh, sorry, my apology.
No, that is later.
It is later. Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah,
yes,
it is later.
he makes his confession of, I didn't take the photos.
Yeah, I did take the
it wasn't
photos.
me.
And do you know what? I love.
Yeah. At which point a knife appears through his chest.
Yeah, it's quite cool. He touches his heart, and the knife stabs him through the back of the hand because it's gone right through him. It's pretty good quality.
Then she fucking stabs him.
Who's she?
Who's she? It gets revealed that the person that is murdering Elias is Nora.
What?
And that they concocted this elaborate scheme in order to get revenge for them taking the photos of her nude.
Yeah, at some point then you get the flashback, and you get to
So you get
that's
you
actually
get
a bit later
flashbacks
still.
of, like,
That's a bit later still.
The one you're talking about is still later.
Yeah,
but
first of all, they're like, right, cool, let's dispose of these bodies. They get hazmat suits on, they chuck them in the river with concrete blocks. Then they go, oh, fuck, the car keys. They have to dive back down again.
It's unreal. It's unreal. I was like, how do you fuck up your murder?
I started laughing.
I did.
But then, finally, Christ, we've caught up to it. They get the keys back, they start driving, and then the flashback that I just mentioned happens.
No, not yet.
It is good. Well, I should set it up. Sorry,
Set it up first.
Which is that Ida is a bit perturbed by Elias saying that the photos don't exist. He said that it was just a rumor. I've never seen the photos. Ate's never seen the photos in real life. He thinks everyone's just saying that they've seen the fucking photos. There's no real photos. It's just bullshit. So Ida's clearly a bit like, But Nora said she saw the photos.
At which point Nora turns around and starts screaming out what a bitch she is and just shut up.
Yeah, so Ida just eventually, coaxed out of her, did you really see those photos? Can you tell me a bit more about those photos? Why do you shut up? Hits her with a wrench, as you do. And then flashback, and we get to see that it was Nora's horrible plot because she was jealous of Ida's crush on Elias, and he had a crush on her too, I guess, so they don't
And
really see
she's
that
like,
as much.
I'm in love with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So wrench to the face.
Yeah,
Wrench to the face, we're going to murder people.
Ida starts screaming at her like, what is fucking wrong with you? You just like coaxed me into murdering 2 people for absolutely nothing. And she's like, oh, I knew you'd be like this, and grabs a wrench and blasts it across the face. At which point she starts attacking her, which good on Ida. Like I was like, okay, fuck her. Yeah, good.
And then they nearly hit someone in the middle of the road and crash.
Yep.
Who did they nearly hit in the middle of the road? Friendly tow truck driver.
Not someone who's pushing 70, I'll say.
They refer to him as a giant, and I was like, okay. I don't think we have...
Yeah.
Don't think there's any visual clue to that.
Yeah, there's nothing that stood out for me of like, oh, this dude's huge.
No, it was quite odd. I don't know. I mean, he's not really.
He does have a voice modulator built in.
Ah, yeah, it's pretty.
Like it's weird. So basically, the car flips upside down. The car gets crashed, and he starts towing it.
Yeah, and then the girls, the girls make small talk, and they go, "Oh, you should get the knife that you used to, the knife you've got. What knife? The knife you've got, the knife that you used to kill Ate. I didn't kill Ate, but I did kill Ate."
Yeah. Yeah. And then they look forward, and as they look forward, the guy starts accelerating as if on cue. So he basically takes them on a fun ski ride.
It's ridiculous. It's like a reverse car chase. I mean, they're driving at speed through like a road in the woods.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming most people realize that if you're towing a car and there's like 20 feet in between you, the person at the back would have to steer. It would just smash everywhere almost immediately.
Doesn't matter because it hits a ramp and flips in the air in the shot that blew their budget.
Oh yeah, it's a good shot. It is a good shot.
It's a really good shot.
Flips right upside, smashes everywhere. I thought at least one of them was dead. I thought one of them would be thrown from it as well because they were like only kind of they were preparing to jump out the back, and then it flips with a huge amount of force.
But no, they're totally fine. But yeah, and then it gets dragged upside down, which again, cool shot. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
But eventually it comes to rest.
So yes, Nora attempts to escape. Killer's got a dog, sets a dog on her.
Oh yeah. Hunted down by a dog.
A big nasty dog. And they wake up.
So basically the two of them get awakened, bound, and lips glued shut.
Yeah, it doesn't actually, I was like, what's going on with the lips? All right, okay.
At which point the killer taunts them.
I don't think he's like recreating the murders again.
Yeah.
They're back. It's their tent, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. It's the old-fashioned tent. He's fished out the 2 boys from the river. The lake, river.
Yeah, put them out there.
Yeah. He's just having his fun.
I mean, just having his fun. He's Atta, but enthusiastic. So Nora is murdered in front of Ida.
Yeah.
Ida.
Well, yeah, sorry. If you don't actually see a lot, it's just a lot of horrible sounds.
Squelch, squelch, squelch,
yeah,
squelch.
Scream, 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 scream. Pretty intense.
And then Ida wakes up.
Don't ask me. I don't know. Yeah, I know what happens literally, which is Ida wakes up outside her own house.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And then she's
blamed for the murders.
She's blamed for the murders.
Yeah.
She teleported home.
Because she's telling the police that a giant abducted them or whatever.
I don't understand that part either.
Although she did murder one of them. Well, she was complicit in the murder. Well, she thought she was complicit in the murder of both of them. So, I don't know legally where that stands.
Splitting hairs?
Yeah, well, she was found guilty and the killer roams to this day.
Spoilers end.
No, spoilers end in a second. I don't get the bit. I don't get the house bit. It seems weird and unnecessary. She could just be left in the woods.
How did she get home? Their car was fucked.
No, so I think he took her home, but
no, but that's what I'm saying.
But,
No,
like,
but in the police's narrative,
how did he know where she lived?
So is
She
it
doesn't have a driver's license. I
is it
assume
meant
she
to
has
be
an
that
ID.
she did murder them?
No, I don't think so.
No, exactly. No, but this is what I'm saying is like it's very unclear and
Was it to make her look more guilty? Was it to, maybe
Your car-
the police are asking
what,
this question?
Did she walk home?
I don't know.
And the police is not in our narrative. In the police's narrative, like we found your car like 40 miles away.
Yeah,
at least.
Fuck it. Yeah, she did walk home. I don't know. A giant did it. Fee, fi, fo, fum.
I'm Googling how long it takes to walk to Edinburgh.
Why don't you do...
Well, that is actually a very good point. Why would I not just do...
I don't know if they come from... I don't know if they come from Helsinki or Espoo or somewhere else, though. I don't remember it being mentioned.
Fuck, you can walk it in an hour and a half, apparently.
Well, there you go. I bet they were driving because they were in a rush because they needed to be at Nora's house so that it didn't look like they'd ever left, so that alibi.
Oh, yeah.
We never went camping.
It's only 4 hours if you walk it from Helsinki.
They wrapped themselves up in body bags.
That's to Espoo.
Espoo.
Maybe a bit longer.
Oh, only a wee bit. It's right outside it. See?
4 hours 43 to walk it.
Easy.
5 hours.
Yeah, I suppose you could if you didn't have a car. What else are you gonna do? Die? Yeah, she walked it. Fuck it. I don't know.
And no, but I'm saying
If I was the cop, I'd be like, yeah, you walked it.
Yeah.
A giant gave you a lift after killing your friend. Why? Why would he? Why would he do that?
For this reason. For this reason.
because it's so unbelievable. No, I don't know.
Giant.
So, what did you think of Bodom?
Badum.
Badum.
I didn't really like it.
Oh, did you not? I thought it was alright.
No.
You're so harsh these days.
Yeah, maybe I'm better. No, it was a very run-of-the-mill slasher movie that has very unlikable characters and gay panic.
I didn't even notice the gay panic.
What, the fact that it's another movie where a girl convinces her or does some murdering because she's in love with her best friend.
I see, that whole thing. I didn't even know if it was romantic love. Could just be jealousy.
I'm pretty sure she says, I'm in love with you.
That might not mean...
Friends say that to each other after murdering people together.
You and your liberal agenda.
Yeah, no, it was a bit, yeah, that. I thought it was very well directed.
Oh, well, there you go.
I thought that I thought it did a really good job. Like, a lot of the shots look really good. But as far as the story goes, not a fan.
All right, fair enough.
Not even the story. I just think, yeah, it wasn't great. Like, I just didn't. I found myself just kind of irritated most of the way through, and like the effects were good, and both the gore effects and the stunts that happen in the movie, really enjoyed them. They're very well done, but in terms of like the actual movie, like moment to moment, it just wasn't sitting with me. I was just like, oh, this is I hate all these people. Like then everyone's motivations turn out to be fucking dog shit, and like
Hey, you can't. Hey, whoa! We're post spoiler tag here. Calm down.
Are we?
Yeah, you said spoilers in.
Yeah, motivations are dog shit.
Careful.
That's it. I found it full of unlikable characters and bad motivations, and yeah, what? Sue me.
Yeah, all right.
Sue me, spoiler tag. What did you think?
Oh, glad you asked. I thought it was pretty good. Competently made, I said. My immediate thoughts afterwards was they had an issue to overcome in that they weren't doing a direct adaptation of real events, and a film which isn't based on a real event, which depicts the events that actually happened, would be really dull. If you know what I mean, like if it doesn't have it's real, then it's just maximum.
That's why Zodiac can. The end of Zodiac can ring a bit hollow for that reason, because there's no conclusion.
Yeah, I know.
Spoilers for Zodiac. It's a true story.
So, and a film where maximum 4 teens go to the woods, get offed, could have been dull as dishwasher. So I think that having those twisty motivations was all right. I thought it was a pretty okay solution to that. It made it a bit more interesting than just that, and had a couple of twists along the way. The woods were a nice moody setting, but with the occasional don't fucking interrupt me, sunshine. With the occasional rolling fog shot, you know. But I don't
the
actually.
Winter has
I
been
think
harsh to both of us. He's getting a bit tetchy.
I think they should have done more with the woods, because I mean a lot of action takes place like in enclosed little areas or places where you don't actually get to see the scenery that much, which probably is because it was being shot on a soundstage, most of it. I don't know, but decent enough slasher movie. And yeah, I'd say if you like slasher movies, give it a go. But I will say this: what's the body count quota for a slasher movie? No spoilers. Maximum 4 teens getting off to the slasher movie. That sounds like too little to me. I don't know. Maybe.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Well, I go back
How many people get off?
Yeah, there you go.
Let's have a
Scream, Halloween,
slasher,
the original Scream, the original Halloween, and the original Friday the 13th, and I mean original.
Let's slashers rack back kill count. Okay.
What's the lowest?
Oh, this is fucking aggregate totals. I don't need aggregate totals. Fuck. Horror movies with the most kills. I don't want most kills. I want. Right, apparently in Halloween Kills, that motherfucker kills more than 30 people. That's a slasher movie right there.
Okay.
That's a slasher movie, all right? Oh, dear. Carrie, 70 kills. Although that's one class. I don't know if that counts the same way. You know? That's a...
Psycho, 2 people.
Yeah, I know what this shit is that.
Nightmare on Elm Street, 4 people. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 5 people. So we're fine.
Brightburn, 274, because it's like a whole town.
A whole town, yeah, no. So yeah, you're fine, okay?
I was just interested. Yeah, I don't know. Scream had 7 kills. No, that sounds okay. Candyman 6.
Okay.
I think you've got to do minimum 5. Halloween had 5. I think 5. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 5. I think 5's where it's at. Yeah.
Anyway.
Ignore Psycho.
Ignore Psycho.
What's that ever done?
You give it up to 4 kills, but what do you give it on IMDb?
I'm actually well behind on IMDb because I've not logged my rankings for the Halloween episode, and I really can't be arsed going back to listen.
There's a list.
But I'd probably, I guess, give it a 6 on my ratings. 6 is I'd recommend it to someone who's into that sort of thing. And I'd recommend this to someone who's into this sort of thing.
Well, at least it averages out, because I'd give it a 4.
Oh,
I just...
That would be a not a good for me.
Well, for me, it's a don't recommend. Like, specific, there is no way that I would recommend. And to be honest, it's not that it's why I only give it a 4. It's not bad. Like, as you said, competently made, but that doesn't make a good movie. That doesn't make a movie I would suggest to people. I think there are 1,000 more better and worse, but more watchable slasher movies out there.
I would say this. You could do a lot worse on Shudder. I'm just saying. No, there's a lot of fucking
garbage on
dross on Shudder, and if you're browsing Shudder and you pass Lake Bodom where it comes up, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll watch Lake Bodom, because that one out of those 2 people said it was okay. I'll give you this. It's quite impressive given that director, Taneli.
You're on your own this time.
Have you looked at his IMDb? It's just TV, drama, and comedy movies.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Well, he's clearly got his first... It's the first, big break for him or whatever.
I think after this he went back to another comedy movie.
Oh, weird.
A sequel.
Oh, well.
And like the guy that he collaborated with on
he
this,
wrote this.
is also his. Yeah. He's also wrote the comedy
Okay.
movies with his collaborator Alexei Hayvarinen. But they are working on another horror movie called The Twin, and in the tradition of horror movies that are quite successful, that one's probably going to be really fucking shit. But then he might come back with a better one. You never know. Good luck.
So yeah, it was. I just didn't get a lot out of it. I just like.
That's fine. I honestly thought that the twists and turns helped bring it out of the
But
humdrum.
remember, I didn't like the twist.
Yeah, fair enough. It's gonna make it or break it, I guess.
So yeah.
Not that there's a twist, we wouldn't spoil that.
I
don't know what we're.
It's Ali's theme corner.
What? Ah.
It's a straight up slasher movie.
What is that? It?
Like in terms of themes
Nah,
or
it's
anything
just-
like that, it just is a.
Yeah.
It's
just
very by
it's-
the. In terms of its slasherness, like it's just a slasher straight up. By the books.
Yeah, I just well, it doesn't. Well, yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
But I did look up reviews. There
Go
are
for it.
not a lot.
No?
There is
I
only
would've thought with this being
one review on Amazon.
I would have thought with this being on Shudder
3
and
stars.
it's linked to heavy metal. Well, there you go. And it's linked to heavy metal. I would have thought more people would have watched this, to be honest.
And then there were a few, like maybe 5 ratings on IMDb.
Yeah.
And the funniest one I found was someone who gave it 1 star entitled it Lake Bodom.
They always do that review for everything we ever watch. Oh, Christ. Well done on the title, my friend. Yeah, the trivia is even better. 2 trivia items on IMDb. Inspired by, but not based on, the Lake Bodom murders that happened on June the 5th, 1960 in Espoo, Finland.
Okay.
And Finnish extreme metal band Children of Bodom took their name from the true story that inspired this film. That's it. But I found one more bit of trivia that no one bothered to fucking talk about, which is Elias is played by Mike. Well, it wouldn't be Michael. Michael Gabriel? Michael Gabriel. Also known as MG, a rapper.
Cool.
And he's released loads of
I
albums
did think
and
he had
collaborations.
a shit ton of tattoos for a high school student. Like a lot of tattoos for a high school student.
Yeah, it was apparently his acting debut, and I've listened to a bit on YouTube. You know, the Finnish language when rapped, it's quite cool because it's got like lots
But
of
when
rolling,
spoken, blah.
like rolling. I don't know what to call them, rhotic art. A lot of rrrs, but then very flowy otherwise. So it's it's quite
I thought all the performances were fine. Like I didn't think there was it. Yeah, no, they were all fine. And if that's his acting debut, he did a good job.
yeah, it's all very competent. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very competent.
All very 6 out of 10. I'd say.
No. One thing I did see, straight from its IMDb, not its IMDb, it's Wikipedia. It got nominated for 3. I'm going to butcher this word, Jussie Awards.
Oh no.
Which
Okay.
is the, as everyone likes to call it, the Oscars of Finland. It's the
Oh,
premier film
Jesus.
award of Finland. It was
yeah,
nominated
yeah.
for Best Picture, Best Female Lead, and Sound Design. It won Best Sound Design. Those
Oh, well, there you go.
squelching noises.
It was pretty intense right at the end. It was
Yeah,
like,
well,
oh,
yeah, it
God.
was.
Headphone. It wasn't a very pleasant headphone experience, but I guess that was probably the design. Oh dear. Other films to watch?
Any slasher movie that's
No. I went far more specific. In fact, I would give you the deed to my flat if you can name the thing that I'm going to recommend.
the thing that you're going to.
Of course, you're not going to. So, most films that draw on truth they either distort it massively, in which case it's not really, there's no point. They basically distort it so much, but they just want based on a true story or whatever. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based on a true story. It's based on a true story of a murder that has nothing to do with Texas or chainsaws, right? He just likes
Dodgeball.
Or they go right the other way, but it's completely cack-handed and inept, like The Haunting of Sharon Tate that I'm pretty sure Hilary Duff was in. So
the Conjuring 3.
Yeah, exactly. So for something like this, if you want something based on truth, maybe a bit more leaning towards actually based on real events, because I do think that's better if you can do it right, I go to TV. And I go to TV drama. I think TV drama's been doing this much better than movies have recently. So my favorite of all the, especially ITV, it's crazy. They're miniseries, fuck you. So my favorite recently was Tim Roth as an English serial killer called John Christie in the miniseries Rillington Place. It was excellent, and I'm sure you could edit. It is a film. It's just a 3-hour film. It's really good.
It's all getting cut, mate.
There you go. You should watch Rillington Place. Why?
I will.
Why would you cut it out? Just because it's not. But it is a film. It's a right. Okay.
You should play Murder
Rillington
House.
Place. No, come on, Jesus. Well, if you want, there's 10 Rillington Place, a 1971 film. If you really want that, but I think you should watch the TV miniseries because it's very good. It's got a great cast, great acting as well. Samantha Morton's in it, really good. Jodie Comer's in it.
Yeah,
really, really
I'll probably
good.
give it a watch.
Excellent. It's on ITV. ITV does the best real crime stuff, and it's and that shit's really horrible. Carry on.
I mean, I was thinking outside of the your basic, slasher movies.
Basic.
I can't really think of anything that compares to this that I can really just be like, go see this, but better.
Exactly. That's why I went for an ITV TV miniseries.
That's fair.
Starring movie actors, because it's good.
Obviously.
Don't ask me where the fuck you're going to find that if you're not in the UK. I have no idea. It's called Rillington Place. Good luck.
Good luck.
Slasher's never really been my genre, to be honest.
No.
So. Nope.
I
particularly.
find that the thing I find scary, even though I don't believe in any of it, is the supernatural. Like, I find if it's just a dude, I'm like, but you can kill a dude.
Yeah.
You can
and then a
punch a
supernatural dude for some reason is like, that's lame.
Yeah.
It's a fine line that they walk. I don't know why.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, they had to make them invulnerable because otherwise they couldn't have sequels. Yeah. I still like slashers, but it's just not. Yeah, it's not really my thing.
Yeah, I prefer a good.
It's not really my
I
thing.
like Ghosts and Monsters are my two top ones.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. Good luck editing this one. Yeah. Anything else to add to this 4 out of 10 piece of shit?
Nah, it's not a piece of shit. It's competently made. Ho-hum.
Shit.
Well, I suppose I better get the blowtorch out and de-ice the wheels.
Well, next we're going somewhere known for its toasty warmth.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, just a wee bit of sun would be so nice.
Yeah, sunny Russia.
Oh.
Let's go to Siberia. Oh. No, where... So, Russian horror movies. I mean, obviously, we'd think Night Watch and Day Watch, right? But we've seen Night Watch and Day Watch. As of most people our age, that was a weird craze for a while back then.
It was.
Remember that?
Everyone wanted to see those movies.
Yeah, I think I saw Day Watch in the cinema. What the fuck? Russian subtitle movie in the cinema. But I think we're going to watch 2020's Sputnik because I like space and I like horror.
Did you Google that pronunciation?
No, I just said it. Okay. Sputnik.
Is it Sputnik and not Sputnik?
I don't know.
Okay. Sputnik.
Sputnik. Sputnik. Fine, there you go. All right. No, that's probably worse than what I did. I wasn't trying to do an accent. I mean, any Russian listening would have just thought that's how a Scottish person says Sputnik. But now they know it's not.
It's just how you say Sputnik.
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 Yeah. 2020 Sputnik. I don't know who it's by or who it's starring. I'm sorry, I've not done my research on this. But it's on Shudder.
That's for next times.
Yes. Next times. Yes.
Next times. How
Yes.
long do you think it takes to drive through the snow from Finland to Russia? Because I'm not looking forward to it.
I mean, they are next door neighbors.
You ever heard?
Let's have a look.
You ever heard about the wars that went on?
I did hear they had a bit of a ruckus once upon a time.
Did you hear it was a fun time fighting in those conditions?
Yeah, good job we're not fighting the Finns. We're trying to leave. We're doing the opposite.
Exporting us.
It's quite far away. We can go to St. Petersburg. Do you want to go to St. Petersburg?
Mate, you're driving. It's what my
Let's go to
mum
St. Petersburg.
always taught me. When I start driving, I can pick the destination, which is really annoying for taxi drivers.
St. Petersburg is less than 5 hours away from here right now.
Aye, right.
Well, I say here actually from Helsinki, which is only a wee bit.
So like an extra hour.
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah. Let's go.
Can we stay in Helsinki tonight? In a nice hotel. It's been months since we've been out this caravan. I just want a bed.
Have you ever heard of Lake Ladoga? It's a lovely, huge, sprawling, cold lake in Russia. Let's go there.
Okay, we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.